Welcome to the Arthritis Exercise Class today. It's brought to you by the St. Joseph County Commission on Aging in Three Rivers, Michigan. The class is based on the Arthritis Foundation Exercise Program. I am a certified instructor through that program, but due to the fact that this is virtual, I can't claim that that is an Arthritis Foundation Exercise Program. So, welcome to the Arthritis Exercise Class. I'm Cathy with a C, A. Taylor. I'm your instructor today. Welcome to a new year, 2021. If you're not familiar with our classes, we originate out of the St. Joseph County Commission on Aging in Three Rivers. There are a few of us that are instructors. 2 of us are right now doing virtual classes on the COA Facebook page. If you've never been to my classes or watched any of my videos, I use a lot of tools to make it interesting. I also use tools because basically when you're using something with your hands, it takes the energy that's getting into the joints like the shoulder and making you hurt, runs it down your hand, and then you move, and all that energy is taken someplace else, so you don't feel what's aching in your body. Today's not one of those days, though. Today we're doing total body, and we're going to start out in a seated position, and then go to standing, and we won't be using tools, but we will try to work pretty much all the joints in the body, as well as utilize your muscles, tendons, ligaments, things of that sort. So, without further ado, I'm going to turn my music up, and we will begin. So hope you had a safe weekend. Some of us lost power over the weekend. We happened to have a generator, so we weren't that bad off. You'll never know how much power a microwave uses unless you hook it up to a generator. Then you realize your 1200 watts is only like 400 watts. But we made do. We did eat out over the weekend, and you'd be surprised how much sodium is in purchased food. Processed purchased food. It was really tasty, but have you ever noticed you eat a meal and then you get really, really thirsty? Well, that's what happened with me Saturday. I ate my meal in the evening, really fantastic one that we got from Roosters in Three Rivers, and I was drinking water for the rest of the evening. Really, really thirsty. Well, needless to say, that means you're going to retain water the next day and your weight goes up. So if it ever happens to you, don't worry about it too much, okay? This was a one-time in a long-time situation. So I was able to tolerate that water weight gain the next day. But we did get our power back. We didn't have internet because we didn't have power. So, you become creative. Let's go ahead and begin the class. We're going to turn our heads side to side, stopping in the center. I need to have you sitting on the edge of your seat, please. Make sure you're being smooth with your movement. You continue to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Ears to the shoulders. So that was a little FYI about dining out. If you don't do it on a regular basis and then you do it, you might realize how much of an effect it has on your life. Are you breathing? And then rest. Breathe comfortably. We're going to bring the feet back and tap the heels. Bring the shoulders back and roll. Have your neck relaxed. And reverse. Nice and smooth. And rest. Breathe. Okay, we're going to take our hands and hold them like this. That is so cute. Okay, you're going to put the thumb in this little area right here. Put your finger on your chin. You're going to pull your chin back. It's called a chin tuck. You're going to hear the grinding and the popping and the snapping. Occipital area on the spine and at the base of the skull is moving around. And stop. Some people would say that that's a body fart. It's a body, something like that. There's nothing actually going wrong in there, but it makes a lot of noise. Other side, hold it like this. Put the thumb in there, the finger right here. Pull the finger away, and now bring the chin to the finger. It's a chin thrust. And once you get the hang of this, you can do it without the thumb and the finger. And rest. So let's go ahead and do it without the use of the hands. Proprioception is when the brain is interacting with the body and you know what the body's supposed to be doing and it does it, okay? So we're going to do the chin tuck. So relax and then bring the chin back. Oh my goodness, hear all that popping and grinding. And then rest. Now if you happen to have to start out with your fingers, that's okay, but bring them away. We want to use the whole body here, and that includes the brain. So get ready for a chin thrust and begin. Try to see your lower lip. Okay, now rest. Massage it out if you need to. Okie doke. We are going to wait till I tell you how to do it, okay? You're going to look up to the ceiling. You're going to open and close your mouth 12 times. Do it nice and slow and smooth. We don't want to make it hurt, okay? Begin. Gracefully bring it down. Massage it out if you have to. All about massage and feeling good. Alrighty, let's go back to the shoulders for a while. We're going to bring the feet forward and we're going to tap the toes. Bring the shoulders up and down. Nice and smooth. Breathe. And remember, your abdominals need to be off of your clothing. and rest. Bring the feet forward a little bit more. Excuse me. We're going to scrunch our toes and release. You're going to do a cat scratch with the fingers. And stop. Rest. Okay, we're going to bring the shoulders forward and we're going to bring them back. Isolate it in the shoulders. If you want to tap your heels, you can. If you want to tap your toes, you can. But I need to have you using your shoulders here. Isolate it in the shoulders. And rest. Breathe comfortably. Remember, you're on the edge of your seat. So something humorous happens every time the power goes out during the night when a person is sleeping and they have a CPAP machine on. Elbows locked in. Let's do external rotation while I explain. Keep your elbows locked in. Wrists are straight. So I'm laying in bed and I'm thinking, oh, there's no air coming into my nose. Did I disconnect my hose? So I checked my hose and I'm like, no, the power went out. I looked up and the ceiling fan was almost off. So you're sitting there getting asphyxiated or strangled or whatever without any oxygen in there, and for like, my husband said it takes almost 2 minutes for that fan to shut off completely. So, dead air flowing in my nose, trying to take me out. Alrighty, rest. So that's how a person that has sleep apnea that uses a CPAP machine knows that the power goes out during the night when they're sleeping. Elbows locked in, lift. It's not humorous. Because if you're not taking in oxygen while you're sleeping, your oxygen level lowers. And if you do it repeatedly, that's why people that have sleep apnea need to get checked and treated. It can lead to all kinds of things going wrong in your body. And let's do 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. Let's rest. Massage the shoulders out if you have to. Okay, let's give the upper body a break right now. We're on the edge of our seats. We're going to lift the right leg up and we're going to do a hinge at the, almost at shoulder, at the hip. So, people over 65 should look up the symptoms of sleep apnea. And if you think you might have it, get in touch with a sleep doctor. They will give you a prescription for a sleep study test that you can do at your home and bring it back to center. And now it's a whole lot easier instead of going someplace and getting a sleep test done. It's non-invasive. I just did one a few months ago. Other side. Like I said, a whole lot more nicer than getting hooked up to all kinds of stuff at a hospital or at a sleep study place. I need to have your abdominals tight in case you forgot. And then bring it back to center and rest. Let's work the hip a little bit more. Hold our hands like this. We're going to bring a knee up and down. So the hip is a ball and socket joint, like the shoulder. So you can move your legs in a whole bunch of different ways, which we're going to do when we stand up. And rest. Breathe. Okay, we're going to work the neck a little bit. What I'd like to have you do is you're going to bring your head forward to the right on an angle and feel a stretch in the neck. So you've gone to your right, you're bending at the neck, your head is in front of your shoulder, not on the shoulder, and you should feel that stretch in the muscle group on the neck. Continue to breathe. And relax, and then come up. Good job. Breathe. Now this time we're going to go to the other side. Remember, the head is going to be in front of the shoulder. You're lengthening the muscle groups in the neck. So bring it down on an angle. Now some of us may have some pain. If it is definitely pain, instead of lengthening, do not do it, but you will feel the lengthening. It is some kind of a feeling, but it doesn't hurt. Continue to breathe. Relax, and then bring it up. Thank you. All about relaxing before you come out of a stretch or a pose. Okay, now this time we're going to take it to the back of us, okay? So your head is going to go back on an angle, and it's going to be near your right shoulder, but behind it. And you should feel the stretch in the front. Continue to breathe. And then relax, and then bring it up. The relaxation helps you to move it without harming it, okay? Let's go to the other side, on an angle toward the back, behind your shoulder. Feel the stretch. Continue to breathe, do not hold your breath. Out of this, relax first, and then bring the head forward. Good job. Okay, let's roll the shoulders, loosen it back up. There you go. And reverse. Okay, let's do a heel dig. It's slow. Let's do a piano with the fingers. Just a reminder, Thursday is child's play ball. The size of the balls that are on the floor right there, child's play ball. Next Tuesday will be chair stretch. And stop. Do a toe tap behind. Touch the thumb to the base of the fingers. Every once in a while, the mouth says something and the brain doesn't catch it, and the fingers do what they want to do. Thumb to the base of the fingers. And stop. Did you notice your knees can only, that joint can only make your leg go forward or back? That's the difference between that joint and the hip joint. The knee joint can only go like that. You'd be surprised how many people try to get it to go all different ways, but it just goes forward and back, whereas the hip joint can make a circle without hurting you. It can go forward, back, side to side, whatever you want it to do. Let's breathe. Separate the feet. We're going to do a step touch, seated. Touch the thumb to the tips of the fingers now. Make sure you're breathing. So we learned two things so far in the class. That if you eat takeout, carry-out food, and it's processed with sodium, you might start drinking water after your meal, and then you'll retain water. And stop. And the other one is, if you have a CPAP machine on at night and the power goes out, you will know it. Let's breathe. Let's put the feet in front of the knees, and we're going to swing the arms forward and back. So this is one movement that the shoulder does as a ball and socket joint. And then we're going to make a change. Just rest for a few seconds here and then go up and down. This is the other movement besides making circles. Are you breathing? Please breathe. And bring the arms down and rest. Okay, feet together, knees together. Let's do a side step. Fist, thumb in and thumb out. And rest. Okay, let's do a toe tap in the front. Toe tap, go flat foot and then tap. Tap, flat foot, tap, flat foot. Now I would have you do a thumb circle, but that might be, can we do it? Because I want you to do the toe tap, but go flat foot, toe tap, flat foot, and do the thumb circles. Oh, please, just because you can do it and I question the ability, reverse. You know I don't want to overtax you. Okay, let's rest. I know. I have limitations, so sometimes I'll have to think about whether I can do something I'm going to have you do. Okay. Alrighty, before we stand up, let's take our right leg, put the heel into the floor. Hang on to your chair if you have to. We're going to lengthen. So reach down to your toes. Remember, your foot is flexed, your toes are up to the ceiling. Your abdominals are off your clothing, and that's different than your tummy sitting on your lap, okay? I want your abdominals as tight as you can get them to support your back. Lengthen, I want you to feel that stretch. Now relax, point the toes, come up, point the toes, take it back. Let's go to the other side. Hang on if you have to. Get a good flex going and reach. So if you shoveled snow in the last week, did you pay attention to what we talked about the last time we were together about going back the way you came? Mr. Taylor and I did some shoveling in the last few days. Not much, but as I was doing it, I was thinking of what I was telling the class participants. Now relax, point the toe, come up slowly and then point. Breathe comfortably. Okay, we're going to take the right knee up. Oh my goodness, we're going to lengthen the patella area. Everybody on the count of 3, just scream out. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh my goodness. I like my job. Continue to breathe. And now relax it. You're going to hinge at the ankle. And I want you to feel what your body's doing right there. And then flex and point. Did you notice how things changed inside that calf area and in the front of the leg when you changed from the hinge to the flex? Okay, let's bring it down and rest. Other side, get ready for a scream and yell. Theatrics. Make sure you're getting a good stretch. And if you're like the normal person, one side is a little bit more tender than the other side. So you might feel a little bit more discomfort on one side of your body than the other. Okay, now we're going to relax it, and you're going to hinge. Feel the movement in your leg. And now flex and point. So with the hinge, it was more on the side, inside and outside of the calf area, front of the leg. And then when we changed to the flex and point, it was in the front. Okay, let's relax and bring it down. Breathe. Okay, feet out in front. I make sure I have enough tush on the chair. All right, you bring the arms out to the side. We're going to go under and up. Remember your abdominals. They are your friend. They need to be really tight right now. You need to breathe out as your body comes together like a bellows. Keep it tight. And rest. Breathe comfortably. Bring the feet back for a few seconds. Okay, feet back out in front. This time we're going to hold the arms out in front of us. We're going to go back and forth. Let's add a circle. Small circle. Continue to breathe. I need to hear you breathe. Reverse. Using the abdominals and the shoulders. Woohoo! 2 things at once. And my job. Okay, let's bring it down. Shake it out. Okay, this time we're going to take the arms out to the side. We're going to bring it down, bring it up and down, up and down. Now that you're warmed up, I want you to stay in that back position and circles. and reverse. Your abdominals are tight, they're getting worked. Make sure that you relax your neck. Abs are tight. Okay, relax everybody. Oh, we're cooking with gas now. If I wanted to fry some eggs on my shoulders, I could do a few more of those exercises. Get really warm. Okay, let's go ahead and stand up. People that are seated, if you need to stay seated, you can still do what we're doing. I'll just cue you. I'll make sure that you know what you're doing. The rest of us, stand away from your chair or move it. And let's get a drink too. You would have thought I had enough from Saturday left in my body. I don't really appreciate having to run and get water every few minutes after a meal like I had on Saturday. It's a little bit of an annoyance. And the worst thing about it is that you don't use the restroom. You know how people fear, oh, I'm going to drink and then I have to use the restroom. It all stays right in here and goes wherever you go until it decides it's time to vacate the premises. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, for those of us that are standing, we're going to bring the right leg forward, left leg back. People that are sitting, both feet are in front of the knees. We're going to swing. Standing people, you're going to add your rock and roll. Palms are down. Have you ever seen Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory? Where that little girl turns into that big thing and rolls around. And I think it's the little Oompa Loompas have to roll her away. That's kind of what I felt like on Saturday. I could have been rolled around. Okay, let's stop. We're going to switch it out now. Seated people, you still have both feet in front of your knees. This time the arms are going to be like this with the palms up, and we're going to go like this. Add your rock and roll. And rest. Okay, let's warm up those shoulders a little bit more. Let's see if we can get the temperature up. Okay, seated people and standing, we're going to do a step touch for this. Bring the arms out to the side in big circles now. We can travel if we're standing up. It's a good distraction, so go ahead and travel. Reverse. These are big circles now. I want you to feel it. If I have to feel it, so do you. And bring it down. I can just imagine people just tuning into this part of the virtual class and they hear me screaming and yelling, and at least I'm not rolling around on the floor. Alrighty, you know what? Life would be boring without a little humor. Okay, now we have to do it in the front. Okay. Side step. Bring the arms out to the front, and we're going to do big circles. Go ahead and travel. I'm so glad to have you with me today. And reverse. I can honestly say though that what you hear me talk about while we're doing the class, it's a whole lot worse in my head. It's like things are going faster and things are bumping into each other, and lady. A little bit more. Ah. Ah. Shake it out. Okay, separate the feet. We're going to go into some squats. Seated people, you're just going to sit there, and I'll have you do some bicep curls with your arms, okay? Like that. And the rest of us are going to go into some squats. We've already warmed up the knees and the hips. So even though we didn't do a joint check before, and we didn't move around a lot to warm up, we should be lower than we would have been if we did a joint check in the beginning. Remember, breathe out when you go down, bellows, and rest. Okay, let's separate. Seated people, I would like to have you, while we're doing this, put your feet in front of your knees, lean forward and just go like this and do a tricep exercise while we're doing what we're going to be doing, okay? Standing people, you're going to go into a toe tap and a swing. You want to make sure that you move away from a chair if you're still standing in front of it. Go into hamstring curl. See, we had already stretched the patella area. Did a few knee exercises when we were working our feet. And we are warmed up. Okay, let's rest. Seated people, you're going to be going like this with your feet, okay? It's a crossover behind. You don't have to go too far. I know it's a little uncomfortable in the seated position. The rest of us are going to go like this. Crossover behind. Add the arms. I need to hear you breathe. And rest. Breathe. Okay. Standing people, we're going to be doing a right leg cha-cha. Seated people, remember, it's like foot down, up, like this, but you're still seated. One foot's on the floor, the other one is up. Okay, so this is seated, and this is standing. So we're going to lift. So like I said in the onset, I want to do 2 more. The legs can do it, it's the arms that don't want to. Okay, rest. No tools today, but you're still getting a good workout, and unfortunately you feel it, where if we had the tools you wouldn't feel it. Okay, left. Seated is like this. Standing is more like this. I think we're just going to do an external rotation for this. Keep your elbows locked in. And rest. Breathe comfortably. Okay. I'm going to get my chair. Just kind of walked off the screen and didn't tell you what I was doing. A kind, gracious instructor just goes and walks away, huh? All righty. Standing exercise. Seated people, you want to make sure that you're sitting on the edge of your seat. You're going to bring your leg out in front and just take it off the floor a little bit and roll it, okay? Standing people, you're going to take it up a little bit more and use your hip. Reverse. And if you have any tendinitis, about now is when you're going to feel it. Okay, bring it down and rest. Probably would have been easier to do the inside leg, huh? Too late. Okay, out to the side now. Small circles. Seated people, you just put it on an angle a little bit. Out to the side and then circles. Reverse. Oh, and try to stand up tall. And bring it down and roll. That's another joint that I could be frying eggs and bacon on. Okay. Like a restful odor, huh? Oh, it's Saturday morning, it's bacon and eggs. Woohoo! Alrighty. Seated people, it's low. Standing people, it's high. Feels like a Monday morning on a Tuesday, doesn't it? Reverse. Oh! Smile. Okay, bring it down and roll. Oh my goodness. See, that's where those machines come in handy. You hook yourself into something and you go vroom, 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 like that, and you don't even feel it because the machine's doing it all. Well, unfortunately, we have to feel it, okay? Alrighty, we're in agreement. Take it out to the side, small circles. Abs are tight. They need to be, your abdominals need to be off of your clothing. And reverse. And bring it down and roll. Good. So our power was out about 18 hours. We have a generator, so we did hook it up. And we would alternate between keeping the freezer and the refrigerator going to keep the food from spoiling, and then making tea with a hot, you know, the water boiler, and watching the news on TV and stuff like that. So if you don't have a generator, oh my goodness, it's really unfortunate. One year we lost a whole bunch of food in Centerville because our power was out like for 4 days. Okay, breathe. Let's go behind our chairs and separate the feet. We're going to go up on the toes and down, up and down. Your abdominals are tight. Yeah, one year when we were still in Centerville, I think a DeRocha went by and it blew, I mean, it took out tree lines all over the place. And it just so happened that our power got knocked out, and it was for 4 days. And rest. Now go up on the toes and hold it. We had a turkey in the freezer, and I had one of my friends take that, let it thaw, and then cooked it for me. Oh. I said, here, you can have some turkey if you cook it and give me it. Okay, bring it down and relax. Roll. Well, she not only made the turkey, but she made the potatoes and everything that went with it. A very loving friend. Okay, this time we're going to bring the toes up and down. Nice and smooth. So your refrigerator temperature should be about 40 degrees, and it should be like 14 degrees if that's your freezer. It's good to have those Taylor thermometers and put them in your refrigerators and your freezers. Okay, we're going to stop, rest. Now you need to make sure that your feet are separated good enough for support and so that your ankles aren't going to hurt. And don't push your tush to the back for this, okay? Just go straight up and down. You're going to lift your toes up and hold them there. You might even engage your abdominals a little bit, tighten them up. And then bring it down and roll. Good job. Oh, you thought I forgot about the gluteus maximus, didn't you? Ha ha! We still have a few inner and outer thigh and gluteus maximus exercises to do. Because we've already done the hamstring, we've done the quadricep, we've used the hip joint. We're going to do an inner and outer thigh exercise right now. You're bracing yourself on this leg. Seated people, just bring the leg out in front and go like this with it. Make sure you're on your edge of your chair so that the hip joint can work. Now we're going to add to this. We're going to go to the front. So seated, it's out to the side and bring it up in the front. You also get a good quadricep workout here. You feel it grab it in there? Okay, gracefully, slow it down and bring it down and roll. Good job. So I feel like I should have all these kind of emojis going through and on the screen and it's going, woohoo! But ain't gonna happen. Okay, out and in. Other side. Make sure that your abdominals are tight, please. Yeah, my head is a big emoji. It's a good thing that it keeps the disguise on. You're smiling. Now you're going to go to the front and to the side. Every time I'm going to start a video, I think, I don't even like to have my picture taken. I can speak in front of crowds, but this is going to be posted. It's like, ah! Okay, slow it down and rest. And then I try to be sophisticated and cultured. It doesn't last very long. The true me pops out. I told you before, I have a friend, she says, I don't even want to go near your head. Okie doke, let's do a gluteus maximus exercise. You're going to take your right leg to the back. Seated people, there is no seated for this. So you can do a marching up and down with your feet. You're going to take your leg up and bring it down, up and down. Like this, remember it's straight. Toe goes down and then comes back up. I can see myself in that tablet. My leg doesn't look very straight. But trust me, that big muscle is tightening and loosening up. And bring it down and roll. Okay, just so that you can't see my crooked leg, I'm going to stay behind my chair. Okay, take the left leg to the back now. Keep it straight. You're going to go up and down. As you bring it up, you're going to squeeze it and release it. Your abdominals are really tight. They're off of your clothing. Matter of fact, if you wanted to let go of your chair, you could manage because your abs are keeping your body up. Okay, bring it down and roll. I am really sorry. We have to stretch and relax. And if you hear anything, I do believe Mr. Taylor's upstairs. Alrighty. I'm going to get a drink, put some lip stuff on, dim the lights, and just change out the music so I have enough for us to relax. So get a drink. Continue to breathe. Hope you had a good time. I don't know if spending time with me is a good time or not. But we try, don't we? Okay, let's start out in seated position. Separate. Oh, I love it when you do that. Those are so cute. They go right up my screen. And the other people can't see it. At least I don't think so. Alrighty. Edge of your seat. Knees and feet are separated. Arms are straight. We're going to go down. Oh, it's because we're almost through and we're relaxing. Okay. Don't let your neck bend. Keep your head lined up with your back. Get a good stretch in the groin area around the hips. Continue to breathe. Now relax. Breathe. Lift your head up. Set your hands on your lap and come up. Breathe. Okay, let's sit back in our chairs a little bit. This is one of the times you can do that. Okay, we're going to take the right leg. We're going to put the foot over here. Okay. Now you're going to grab a hold of that knee and you're going to bring your knee up to your chest. And as you do that, that cheek lifts up off the chair. You want to stretch that area right there. It's like a seated twist, and you're going to feel it there. And just so that you know, it's good to breathe through this and hold this stretch. A lot of people don't do this and they're afraid to do it, but it's good to do it. It lengthens everything out in that area right there. Okay, now relax your body. Good job. And then assist that leg back where it came from. Rest. Oh, I think I heard someone breathing. Do it again. Alrighty, up we go. Foot is over there, and now you bring that knee to your chest, and you should feel it right there. You are breathing. This feels really good. And if you don't feel it, bring that knee over to the right a little bit more. I aim to please. Okay, get a good stretch, and now relax. That felt so good. Alrighty, assist that leg back where it came from, and rest. Okay, let's stretch our quadriceps a little bit. So we're going to turn this way. Remember, one cheek is off the chair. You're hanging on for dear life. Don't fall, okay? Unless you have a life alert on or something. Okay, take that leg to the back. It's nice if you have stocking feet or nothing on your feet. So the top of the foot is on the floor. And then lean back. There we go. Modified quadricep stretch. The further back you lean, the more pull you get. So next week when we do the chair stretch, we will be doing upper and lower body. Now to come out of this, Relax. Lean forward. And then bring that foot to meet the other one. Okay, turn around. And if we need any tools for next Tuesday, I will post it. Take that leg back. And then lean back. Oh my goodness, my knee is popping. It's like, hello there. Okay, relax, and then come forward and bring that leg to meet the other one. Turn around, let's stand up then. Once you get your bearings, you're gonna go behind the chair. So, before the class, when I post that we're gonna be on, I will more than likely have a list of what you might need if we're gonna have some tools for that chair stretch. And I will give you a few minutes into that virtual class to go and get what you need, okay? If you see what I've got, then that's what you want to use. You know, like a hand towel, a kitchen hand towel is good. So you'll know when we start the virtual class for sure what you'll need next Tuesday. Alrighty, separate the feet back there, push your tush, and lengthen. Nice stretch. Push, you should feel the stretch in the legs, upper part of the legs, and the upper part of the arms. Make sure that your ears are between your shoulders. Lengthen. Breathe. And now relax. Lift the head up slowly. And then when your body's ready, you'll move your legs forward and come up. Breathe comfortably. Let's take the left arm across the body. Keep it straight, bring it across. Push into it. Relax. Send it back where it came from. Bring it down. Other side. Keep it straight. Bring it across. Ah! I never have to look for the pain on the right side. It's always there. Make sure you're still breathing. Okay, now relax. Send it back where it came from. And breathe. I want to hear you breathe. Nice, relaxed. Let it go. We are through, right? Okay, not up and down. And stop. So, want to make sure you're taking care of yourself. The pandemic is not over yet. Things are progressing, as well as the numbers going up, but we do have vaccines coming along now. But we want to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. Make sure you're eating right, make sure you're exercising. If you have medications you're supposed to take your medications. If you need procedures and your doctors are available to do them, have them done, okay? So, that means that you need to be safe and stay safe. Be healthy and stay healthy. Toodles.